How's it going?
A lot of controversy, guys. I haven't met
Hey, probably stay on the street. They'll hit you. I know.
a lot of controversy.
My name's Todd.
Hi, Todd. I'm Donna.
Hi, Donna.
My daughter and I had a lot of discussion after this.
How'd it go?
God bless you. Have a good day. Thank you.
I told her I haven't seen this yet, but now I have.
Yeah.
And I agree with her. It's pretty graphic for these young kids. I am totally pro-life, born again, spirit-filled Christian. I think that's pretty graphic to show a little bit.
It is 70,000 times a year just in Texas.
Yeah. I haven't made up my mind yet, but
about what?
About whether or not this is too graphic to change their minds, because this might just be the thing that does.
Right. Well, we have girls that actually tell us.
Some of the stuff we're giving out. So.
Well, I can't hear you. I'll get on the way back.
Yeah.
Because I'm running. But...
Well, we're gonna leave pretty soon. So here, this one will fit in your pocket. But we've actually had girls tell us that they're not going to have abortions now. That they were going to have.
I agree that we got to do something to stop it and to make it more effective. But
well,
I'm still on the fence. I just think because you got to get parental permission to show a PG-13 movie in a school. But yeah, you can put this out here on the corner.
Yeah, this isn't about the feelings of these teenagers. These are about a Holocaust. 1.2 million babies every year in America. The number one cause of death in America, in Texas, is women and men killing their own children.
I know.
So we're trying to expose the evil. And most people who complain about us doing that do nothing to try to stop it. I mean, they say they're Christian, but true religion is taking care of widows and orphans.
Oh, I agree.
But they don't do that.
I agree.
So that's why Christians.
You're not going to middle schools and elementaries, are you?
No, I've gone to middle schools, and middle schools.
Too much.
Well, you think, but you should go with me to a middle school because those kids will flip you off, cuss you out, tell you to go to hell.
Well, that brings up a good point too, because my daughter and I were talking about it, and I said, well, I was actually on you guys' side a little more, but I hadn't seen the pictures. Now that I do, I don't even want to look at them. Now that I've seen the pictures, I do think it's too graphic for middle school. And I would be very upset if I had a middle schooler and you guys were there on the corner showing these kind of pictures. But then I said to her, I found myself on both sides, because then I said to her, what kind of gaming and videos and
they're watching the middle school kids
themselves to?
Yeah, the cop over at the middle school here told me that he watches these kids watch ISIS cut off Christians' heads.
There you go.
And laugh about it.
I know.
So I mean,
they
it's
watch
like
porn.
they watch everything. So
tell her about the jokesters yesterday.
Yeah, go on to the Facebook page, Abolitionist Society of Little Elm on Facebook, and you'll see these kids telling me abortion jokes, such as, what do you call two aborted babies in a bucket?
Their
blood
conscience
brothers.
Is seared, like the Bible says. Like a hot iron, it's seared.
Yeah. So, but Christians, people who call themselves Christians, don't oppose the greatest evil in the land.
Yeah.
And you look through the Bible. Everywhere there's child sacrifice in the land, God wipes them out.
Oh, I know He does.
And we've had child sacrifice for like 43 years.
Either. I mean, they don't. I know. I agree with that. I just think that it's a touchy subject, because I'm all for you guys speaking out. I really am. But it's just a little touchy subject as far as, if I was a parent, because I am a parent of 3 kids, and one of them used to come here, I would be okay if my son saw this as an older child, going to the high school, but not the middle school.
Yeah.
No, I just don't.
Well, it'd be easier to take your critique if you did something.
Huh?
It'd be easier to take your critique if you were actually in the fight. Like if you actually did something to oppose abortion.
Yeah. No, I have a different fight. It's all what God calls you to.
No.
And I'm not in this fight.
That's not true.
I'm in the fight against.
The Bible says to oppose evil, to expose evil in your land.
Right.
So like if you live in a place where there's child sacrifice, we should as a community expose it and oppose it. Like we should tear it down.
Well,
so
pastors, any petition you bring to me, that's my involvement. But God does call everybody to their own mission, because, for instance, what have you done lately to oppose elder abuse? What have you done to
God
oppose
calls
elder
us
abuse?
to be Christian.
I know.
That's what God calls us to be. If there's elder abuse, we stop it. If there's hunger, we work to stop it.
But my only point is, I'm with you on this. Let's get this clear. I'm with you on this.
Yeah, but you're trying to critique us, and what I'm saying is you're completely ignorant because you've done nothing, right? I'm supposing.
So you need to change the way you're talking.
Well, no, because you're part of the problem. You're the reason.
You appreciate someone that's actually here saying, I support you.
No, I'm saying you're part of the problem because you're a Christian in a community that doesn't oppose child sacrifice. And you say, well, it's not my calling. My calling is church parking lot attendants, or my
No, I didn't say- I
work
said elder abuse.
I work in elder abuse, or
I'm in
so.
elder abuse.
But nobody cares about these babies. You know,
Yeah.
like what's worse?
No, wait, I need to
70
back up, because
70,000.
You're offending. I'm going to choose
Right.
not to be offended, but you're trying to offend here.
I am trying to offend because you're trying to critique
you're saying
what
I'm
we're
not
doing.
anything, but I could say that the mission against elders is just as important to me because everyone has their gifts and callings. God doesn't call Joel Osteen to do something that Benny Hinn does. Okay, we all have our callings. Okay, some are heads, some are tails. I know the Bible, honey. It's okay.
Right.
But my calling.
I say you're wrong. You're
Well,
that you don't.
Why aren't you helping me then with the elder abuse issue? Because you can only focus on one or two things at a time.
No, the church, the bride of Christ, okay, should look at what's going on and oppose the greatest evil that's in, like, 1 out of 3 girls are going to have an abortion,
Right.
and that's in church.
Well, this
Okay,
is your
and-
opinion too.
and it's not an opinion, these are all facts.
The church should oppose the greatest evil because God has spoken in my heart. You can't tell me what God has spoken to me, is that I'm supposed to combat elder abuse. So you're doing this. Don't you understand? We all have callings and gifts. And even though I'm not opposing you, I'm saying, bring your petitions to me. If you need a march, call me. I might march with you.
Marching doesn't do anything to help
Okay.
oppose, all these marches for lives,
Because
all
you're
these
not open.
No, I'm not, because this is what the pro-life movement's done for 40 years, and it's done nothing to oppose abortion, nothing, just regulate it. It says when and how and where you can kill babies. That's the pro-life movement.
Yeah.
It does not, it's never put a bill to abolish it.
Well, I'm glad you have a passion for this, and I pray that you succeed in your quest. I really do.
What I'm saying is Christians like you is
Right.
the reason abortion's been around for 40 years. All right? 1.2 million a year. Christians like you,
Maybe you're not doing enough either.
they should be opposed. I'm not doing enough. I'm not treating this like it should.
Change your delivery a little bit.
No,
You
what
just
I'm-
need to change the way that you
Yeah,
deliver a little
to do
bit.
it like
Pray
you.
about it, okay?
I'm being
No,
critiqued
not
by
like
somebody who
Not
has
like
done
me.
nothing. You've
You don't
done
know that I've
nothing.
done nothing.
Well, tell me what you've
I'm
done.
55 years old. You don't know.
Tell
that
me
I've
what you've done.
nothing. It doesn't matter because then you're going to.
You told me it's not your calling.
Then you're going to critique me.
Well, tit for tat. I mean, you come here to tell me
Okay,
who's
I've
doing
done-
something.
Either way, whatever I tell you that I've done, you're going to say it's not enough.
All I'm saying
I've done
is, counseling.
counseling in the church. My husband and I have been pastors. I've been Assembly of God
So
church.
woe to you,
we've-
pastors who live in a community where 1/3 of the women kill their babies, and you're a pastor and don't oppose it. Everybody loves opposing elderly abuse, but nobody wants to stand up and oppose child sacrifice. You're guilty, ma'am.